Hey everybody, it's Mike again with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters. I gotta tell you, this is the most exciting video I think I've ever done. Highly anticipated, at least for me. And I'll tell you the reason why. I have 4 topics within this video that I'm gonna be making 4 different titles for on YouTube, but it will be the same video. And let me go through really quick what the topics or titles are gonna be, because it's interconnected in this video. All 4 topics have to do with this video in 2 real-world life water damage claim situations. So number 1, should you hire a public adjuster? Number 2, does the insurance company lie to you? Number 3, can you sue the agent for their mistakes? And then number 4, we're going to be looking at the limited water damage coverage. Now, let's get right into, should you hire a public adjuster? No. What you should do is hire a very good public adjuster. I'm going to go through 5 reasons as to why you should hire a very good public adjuster. Number 1, a good public adjuster is going to be an expert in maneuvering and manipulating the policy language. You're going to find out in this video why this is so important. Number 2, evaluate the damages. A good public adjuster is going to be able to evaluate the damages properly. Forget about writing the estimate. That's such a small part of the entire process. Evaluating the damages, because 95% chance the adjuster for the insurance company behind the desk who's looking to pay this claim out has never been to the insured's home. And so you have an advantage of talking and using it as a bargaining chip the damages that's inside the insured's house, your client's house. It's a huge advantage. Use it to your advantage if you're a public adjuster. Number 3, during the claim process, a good public adjuster is going to know whether you're going to be able to settle the claim or if it's going to take an alternate resolution, say mediation, appraisal, or a lawsuit. So during that feel out process, if things aren't looking as promising as what you would hope, a good public adjuster, what I start to do is set the claim up and the file up and set the insurance company up for a bad faith claim. So when the case is settled, you then sue them for bad faith because they didn't handle the claim properly. That's what a good public adjuster should do. Number 4, if you're with the public adjuster from the beginning, they will prevent you from saying the wrong thing or things that you say being misrepresented. Now, 50 to 70% of all claims, homeowners claims, whether it's water, roof claim, fire claim, mold claim, 50 to 70% of them are denied because people say the wrong thing. Look at a couple of my other videos when it's dealing with roof damage or water damage. You'll find out the things to say and not to say. And number 5, the most important reason why to hire a public adjuster is when it comes to the settlement and the money you receive to rebuild your house. There's data, there's stats, and you can even look it up on Google, state of Florida, what public adjusters get as far as settlements. 700% to 1,000% or more than what the insurance company offered you. Now then, somebody may say, well, hey, what about the public adjuster fees? Let me cover that briefly. In Florida, public adjuster fees, 10% for hurricane claim, 20% for all other claims. So a good public adjuster, I have 4 goals for my clients. They're all the same. Number 1, make sure everything gets repaired, rebuilt with the settlement money. Number 2, make sure that the deductible either gets waived or included in the settlement. Number 3, that my fees as a public adjuster is included from that settlement. And then number 4, that when everything's said and done, not one penny comes from your pocket to repair and rebuild everything, and that more than likely you're going to be left with a little bit more after everything's done. the public adjuster fees are irrelevant, because if you have a good public adjuster, they're going to be able to get a larger settlement to cover his fees, your damages, and then some. So don't even worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it at all. So let's shift. If this is the only part of the video that you wanted to watch, you feel free to leave and go make some breakfast, dinner, whatever the case might be. But what I have to share is the meat and potatoes of everything. What I have to share is really something that I believe is huge as far as what these insurance companies, agents do to people. So I mentioned one of the things, topics, can you sue your agent for their mistakes? Yeah, you can. And we are doing that more regularly now. Let me go through this water damage claim. This is my neighbor across the street, had a cast iron pipe. They call me to help them. So, first thing I ask, let me see your policy. First thing I see, you'll see here, I'm gonna put it up. Water damage exclusion, limited water damage coverage of $10,000. So they gave him a credit for the water damage exclusion, but then charged him almost $300 for a $10,000 water damage limit. So I tell them about it. They're like, I said, did you guys ever know about this? No, never knew. So we get in more details. So let me put up the limited water damage coverage endorsement. There's a key word here. Sudden and accidental direct. Remember this word, this is a key word, direct. Physical loss of covered property by discharge or overflow from water, plumbing, heating, air conditioning, so on and so forth. It's covered for $10,000. So if you look at one of my other videos, cast iron pipes, direct and indirect damages, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we're going to try and not only pursue this claim for the $10,000 direct, but unlimited indirect damages of the cast iron pipe claim. So let's get into my question to them. How long have you had this policy? We don't know, Mike. Can you get me a copy of the application? Yeah, we can get that for you, and they do. So let's take a look at the application. Page 1, nothing about water damage limitations, nothing about water damage exclusions. Page 2, animal liability exclusion, ordinance or law coverage, that's pretty much it. It's signed on 2/19/14. If you look at page 1 at the top, it was effective 3/8/2014. So what does this tell me? And then here's page 3, supplemental application. Again, signed 2/19/14, nothing about water damage limits. Mike, I don't understand. What's the point here? So they had this policy going on 7 years. It's been renewed 5-6 times. Somewhere during the renewal process, the agent and or insurance company intentionally placed a water damage limit on my neighbor's policy for $10,000 without them knowing. Let me repeat that again. They intentionally, without anybody knowing, the insured, my neighbor, placed a $10,000 water damage limit on their policy. So, can you sue your insurance agent for their mistakes? Yes, underneath what's called errors and omissions. I've sent to the agent my notice of representation. I put them on notice, told them, please inform your errors and omission carrier that we will be possibly pursuing a claim. So we're going to proceed as is against the insurance company. Let them know we have a big issue here with this policy and the application. And if we don't get the full value of the claim, we will be then suing the agent. Now let's look at real world example number 2 of water damage. Also, ironically, a water damage exclusion. This is a little bit more interesting because what we have here, I get an email from somebody, and she's basically like, Mike, I saw your blog on your website about water damage limitations and water damage exclusions, and I need help. Can you help? We just bought the house not too long ago. The policy's new, and let me look through this real quick, put the pages in the right spot. and we had a pipe behind our kitchen break, and cabinets have to be removed, floors damaged. So I said, can you forward me your policy? So I take a look at the policy. Here's the first thing I see. Put this up. Exclusions. The water damage exclusion has been revised. Okay, interesting. The other page. They got a $618 credit for water damage exclusion. Now, please hear me out. Don't ever get an insurance policy with a water damage limit of $10,000 or water damage exclusion. It's not worth the $50 or $30 a month you're saving. It's not. So as you can see here, they have a water damage exclusion. So this is where the very good public adjuster role comes into play, because again, you've got to peel back the layers. This only tells me half the story, not the whole story. So I look in deeper. I said, can you get me the application? She gets me the application. Here it is. First page, I don't see anything about water damage exclusion. Second page, nothing. Third page, okay, wait a minute. What do we have here? Animal liability, ordinance or law, flood exclusion. Okay, nothing about water. Fourth page, nothing. Signed 7/24/20. The policy went into effect, I believe, in August of 2020. So Mike, they're screwed basically, right? No. Let me get into this. So first thing I do, check out the checklist of coverage. Now I look at accidental discharge or overflow of water or steam. See the big N? That means no. Let me look in this policy. Perils insured against. See that big circle on the right hand side I have? Let's look through it. This is what the policy insures against. If any of these cause water damage not otherwise excluded or limited elsewhere. That's a key phrase. From plumbing, heating, air conditioning, so on and so forth. Remember this, listen to this. We cover loss caused by water. Repeat, if any of these cause water damage not otherwise excluded or limited elsewhere, we cover loss by water. Boom! Ding, 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 ding. I see this, and I want to call it, but I'm like, let me go through it more. So, next page, page 6 of 14, number 12, accidental discharge overflow. They cover that. Comes from a heating, plumbing, air conditioning, so on and so forth. And it tells you what's not covered underneath that. So, the direct plumbing. So, if you have PVC, you have a crack, they don't cover the PVC pipe. That's so cheap, who cares? Freezing, so on and so forth. Doesn't apply. But so let's look at the exclusions. This is what the meat and potatoes is. And you know what? I forgot to bring something up. So the old topic, does the insurance company lie to you? When this individual put the claim in to this insurance company, Heritage, the person who took the claim information said, ma'am, we can't help you. You have a water damage exclusion. The individual went, I almost said her name, the individual went through the claim process. The adjuster calls within a couple days later, tells her the same thing. Insured, sorry, we can't help you, water damage exclusion. That's when she started Googling and found me. I put my letter of representation in. I said, send me the policy. She tells me by email, sorry Mike, there's no coverage here. Do you really want to move forward with this claim or something like that? I took the language out of the policy, sent it to her. I said, please double check this. I think we have coverage. Never heard back, which is great. You don't want to hear back because you got them. So they're just going to wait for us to put everything together, which we are in the process of as far as estimate, damages, so on and so forth. But this exclusion, this is what they all jumped on and said, no. There's no water damage coverage. It's excluded. Let's take a look at the exclusion. Water damage exclusion, meaning flood, surface water waves. Okay, that doesn't apply here. Back up through sewers or drains. Okay, that doesn't apply here. She had a crack in the pipe. 3, water below the surface of the ground. Okay, doesn't apply here. Number 4, waterborne materials, sewage, or any other substance carried or otherwise moved by any of the water referred to in 1C. So none of this applies. So does your insurance company lie to you? Yes. How? You just saw point blank 3 times. They lied to the insured, they lied to me, saying it's a water damage exclusion without even reading what is excluded. Boy. But I love it when I catch them and I can make a claim out of something that the insured thought there wasn't. This is what I live for. So, in summary, the reasons why you need to hire a very good public adjuster, because they're going to be able to go through stuff like this, find coverage for you, prevent you from saying the wrong thing. Does your insurance company lie to you? All the time. Can you sue your agent for any of their mistakes, whether it's intentional or unintentional? Yes. And don't ever get a limited water damage coverage policy. Don't ever get a water damage exclusion policy. Refuse those. My name's Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters. I hope you really enjoyed this video. And this is one of the most proud moments I have of making videos on YouTube is this video. So I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a lot out of it. Thank you for watching.